how was childhood and going into high school and post high school?
Um, let's see. Born and raised in Washington Courthouse. I wanted to leave as soon as possible, like a lot of small town kids. So when I was 17, I joined the Army Reserve, so I could leave. So I did this thing called split option. And so I went to basic training when I was 17, the summer before my senior year, came home, graduated, went to AIT, advanced individual training, then went straight to college. And that was EKU, Eastern Kentucky
Yeah.
University. And I was there, and then I started my journey in television broadcast. So that's where I first started, was in
All right.
TV.
We have to unwind because you skipped a lot and there was a
Yeah,
lot going on, but which
yeah,
is great. So I'm curious. I grew up from a small town. I understand the small town, like not wanting to go back feel. For me, it was come to Ohio State, and like my whole mindset was, well, if I go back home and I move back in with my parents, they're probably going to charge me rent anyway, so I might as well figure it out here.
yeah.
What made you go the military route? Was that just something that, like, was in your family, or is it just what you thought was the way to get you out of Washington Courthouse?
Well, I was always like this really patriotic kid. I really was. And my brother, he went to basic training, and I remember him coming home and getting us up in the middle of the night and telling us all of his stories and all that. So anyway, I thought, oh, that would be a good idea. It would help me through college, and I was always enjoyed athletics too. So I thought I was going to be jumping out of planes as soon as I joined and all that. Didn't happen, but uh, uh, that's kind of how it happened. I thought, well, it's a good opportunity. My brother did it, I'll do it. So that's how it happened. But uh, I enjoyed my time growing up in Courthouse. I just wanted to go and explore. So
Sure,
that
sure.
was, and also thought I would do a lot of traveling. I really didn't do well later on in my career with the military. I did travel, but in the beginning, I didn't. I traveled on my own. So
Okay.
yeah, so
So what made you, was that just part of the program to do it you said the summer before your senior year?
mhm.
Was that just part of the program, or was it like, I just want to dive right in?
It's called split option. I don't even know if they do it now, but I did it because I knew I wasn't very disciplined, and I was afraid that if I went in after I graduated high school and then I started making money, I wouldn't want to go to college, and that was a major uh, goal of mine, was to go to college. So I wasn't going to put any kind of boundary on myself. So I thought, well, if I do it this way, I won't miss any college. My best friend, she filled out pretty much all of my paperwork, did everything for me. So that I think I missed a couple days, but I went straight from AIT straight into at EKU. So it worked out perfect.
And what did you end up going to EKU for?
Broadcasting, television broadcasting, and communications.
What 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 created that interest to go that route for your degree?
I think honestly, I've pondered this many times. I think my dad watching Dan Rather every night, he was so focused on the news every night. I thought, ooh, I can get my dad's attention this way. I think that's my subconscious. I did not think that when I was a kid. I was just thinking it would be a cool way to travel. It's adventurous. I get bored easily. I want to do something different every day, and that's why I did it.
Well, I mean, hey, the news changes every day, right? I mean, that's partly why I love real estate. I mean, for the most part, real estate changes every single day. So you go to
Yes.
EKU down there, focusing on broadcasting journalism, going that route. End up graduating.
Yep. Graduated in 1996. My first job was in television, TV 43, Hopkinsville, Kentucky, tiny, tiny station. I covered floods for about 3 months continuous. That's all it was flooding. It was great. And then I went to the ABC affiliate in Brunswick, Georgia, which turned into the what was it? It was a affiliate for the ABC affiliate in Jacksonville.
Okay.
So I was there, and then I went to Savannah, Georgia, worked for WTOC, CBS affiliate, and then that's where I ended my career in television.
What I got to ask, because I love traveling, and visited Savannah. Now, I'll put a little caveat. It was kind of during COVID a little bit. Um, I was a little disappointed in the city, though. I got to
Oh,
be
not really.
honest.
Okay, okay.
I love
Gotcha.
history. And it may have been because of COVID, right? Because things were kind of shut down, half open. But I love history, right?
Yes,
And
I do too.
the history that city has. I don't know. I was just a little let down. What? How long were you there for?
Probably, I don't know, 6, 7 years maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was, it's super hot, it's super muggy. I'm not a fan of the weather. I made great friends. I learned a lot. I actually worked in politics after that, after TV news. So I got to know a lot of the inner workings of a lot of things. And the South is definitely not the Midwest.
Yeah.
Culturally, and just some other, just a lot of it's different. So
Yeah.
it was different to get used to, but it's a fun city. It's a beautiful place. I just it's not my favorite place. So I'm with
Sure.
you. It's not my favorite.
Sure.
I actually
Sure.
like, if to visit, I like Charleston better than
Uh,
Savannah.
so we were supposed to get married. My wife and I were supposed to get married in 2020, and so she already had the honeymoon off of work. Well, we were supposed to go to Hawaii. Well, Hawaii shut down, right? So I was like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
let's just do a 12-day road trip. We went to Franklin, Tennessee, then over to Savannah, then to Hilton Head. We then went to Charleston and fell in love with Charleston. So
yes,
we're on the same page here.
yep, yep. I don't know why, but yeah, I just like Charleston better.
Yeah. So after broadcasting and doing that, you mentioned that you jumped into the political sector. Kind of
Yep.
fill me in on what the next steps of your career were, for you.
I had interviewed a congressman throughout my career in Georgia in both the ABC and the CBS affiliates, because that was part of his region. So he asked me to come aboard to do his local media. So, and then I worked with constituents too. So I thought, well, yeah, I'll try it. I was broke because you don't make any money being a news reporter in a small, TV land.
Sure.
So I thought, yeah, I'll do it. It was a great opportunity, great learning experience. Worked for him for 2 years. Then I did my own little advertising business, political advertising business, for probably a year. And then my husband got a job west. So we started going west. And that is where I really did most of my travel, was just moving with his job.
And that whole time, were you still in reserves?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Was in
So
the
you're still
reserve
doing that.
yeah, for 16 years. So
Okay.
in every place I lived, I was part of a National Guard or reserve unit.
Sure. Sure.